Hello, hi, welcome back to Success Automation. This is Playwright with JavaScript, part number 9. In this session, I'm going to talk about the different locators. Locators are nothing but a object address. By using the object address, we can perform some action. So there are different ways, there are different locators. So for this part 9, I just took 5 types of locators. Get by get placeholder, get by text, get by title, get text ID, and locator. So quickly I move to the application. So this is my application. So here the first one is the placeholder. So actually what is placeholder? Just I'll go to the documentation so that you can easily understand. So placeholder nothing but if the tag is like this, if you have a tag like this, and under that there is a placeholder attribute. So you want to perform some action on this. For example, this is the tag, and this tag is, it will display like this. It will display like this. And the whatever the value it is displaying here, right? Username at the rate example.com. That is the attribute of your application. I'll go here. Mm, yeah. So this is the placeholder. In the documentation, what it says, wherever you have a placeholder attribute, you take the value of this placeholder and you can perform action. So they have created one method called get by placeholder. I just increase the size. Placeholder. Yeah. So this is the placeholder attribute, and value is name at the right example that you have to give here. This is the locator here, because they have created the method get by placeholder. They are instead of using CSS selector or XPath or different types, they have created a placeholder method itself here. In the page object, they have created the get by placeholder. So whatever the value it is there inside this placeholder, you have to paste it here. And what value you want to enter, whatever the value you want to use, you have to use the fill. Fill, it will like a send key in a Selenium. So hope you understand this one. Now I'll go to the next example. I'll show in my code as well. So if you see here, await page get by placeholder, whatever the value displaying under the tag placeholder, you have to give that and fill, and what value you want to send, means you want to enter in the text box. This is what. So next one is get by type, get by text. Get by text is nothing but, I'll go again this documentation. So get by text is, here what they are saying is, if there is a span tag and whatever the value it is displaying here, for example, welcome John, some value displaying, that value you have to put it here, and you have to use the method get by text. Get by text is a method. It will take the value of this text inside the span, that, and to be visible. To be visible means I just want to validate whether this is displaying on this web page or not. For example, I'll show here. So this is my welcome to John. So I'll inspect this. You can show, you can see this. So if you see here, The span has the value. Welcome to John. This value I have put it here. Here. Get by text. Whatever the text is displaying here and to be visible. I just want to verify this. It's an assert method. And next one is get by title. So now if you go here, if you go here, if you go here, there is a title here. See, if you see a title, the attribute title they have converted into the method. I'll just go here. You can easily understand. So next one is yeah uh, title, right? I'll just go title. Yeah. So here there is a title and title has some value issue count. So that issue count you have to give here and they have created the get by title method. This is a reserved. This is a method. And whatever the value inside this tag that you have to put here and you can perform the action. I'm just verifying in this span tag what are the value 25 issues that I'm verifying here. To have text means whether this tag has this value 25 issues. That is what I am verifying here. This is also again assets. By using the expect nothing but an assert here in the JavaScript. So same code I have written here. Expect similarly your assert dot equal page get title whatever the title is there the title attribute value and to have text whether I am checking 25 is displaying under the tag or not. That is the assertion I am doing. Hope you understand this one, get by title. Now, the next one is locator. Locator is also one type of object locator. Locator, locator. So here, locator. Yeah, I'll just take this so that you can understand. I'll go here, locator. I'll go to the documentation so that you can understand better. Yeah. So here, locators, page locator. This locator is general term they have used. Here the locators you can use for CSS selector and XPath. So for example, in my web page, if you go to my web page, I have a locator. For example, this username. This username has the locator is used for CSS selectors and XPath. I'm just using CSS selector. CSS selector, a class has a value username. For this, if you put dot, I'll copy this Control F dot. If you put, it will point to this. So it will point. So this I am considering it as a CSS selector. Whenever you put dot, it will become CSS selector. That value I have put it here. CSS selector have two things like class and ID. There are two things. Three more things are there. First, in this session, I'm going to cover the class, and again, in my um, object in the web page, I have a ID as well. So whenever you want to form the CSS selector with ID, you have to give the hash. So I just given hash and the value email ID, right? So these are the two example of the locator. One with a CSS selector, CSS selector with a class. This is with a ID. And last one is a text, get text by ID. So this is also very important. I'll show you this one also in the documentation. Documentation they very neatly they have here. So if you see here, so I have a button. I have a button with a data hyphen test ID. So test ID is here. So they have created a method get by text ID. Whatever the value it is that attribute to that, just put it here and you can perform the action. So when you go to my page, this one, inspect. So if you see here, the test ID, I'll just copy this complete object here so that you can easily check because very small. I'll put it here so that you can easily check this. You can see this test data test ID and direction is the value. So you have to use, we have to use get by test ID and whatever the value it is the direction you have to put it here and what action you want to perform you can perform, just you can click or whatever you want to perform. So the attribute test ID they have created one method for that and that attribute value whatever it is there you have to put it here. So even I'll go here in the documentation, they are clearly mentioned data test ID, this is the method they have created and whatever the value it is it will come, right? That value you have to take it and put it here and you can perform anything. For example, I want to perform click or whatever I want. So this is how it is happening. I'll run the program so that you can understand this. So in this example, first thing is in place order I am entering the value. Here I am checking it is visible or not. Here I am checking the value inside the tag is 25 issues is there or not. Here by taking the CSS selector by using locator method, I am entering the value. Here in the locator by using the CSS select ID, I am entering the value. And the last one is there is a button direction. I'll show you my web page. This one. So this has the test ID direction. So this direction value whatever is assigned to this attribute test ID, I'm just pasted its value and I'm clicking this. So quickly I'll run this so that you can how it is working you can see. So first it will enter the value in the username field. Yeah, when I click this button, it will change the background as a yellow. That is what happened. So you can see the check the code here. The placeholder, whatever the value it is there in the placeholder initially, that I'm filling with the playwright. And I'm verifying the welcome John by using the get by text. Whatever the text is displaying, that text you can use as a locator and you can perform the action and perform by checking is visible or not. Now you can use another method is get by title. So this is the title here. Why this is title means here if I right click here, see here this title attribute we have used here. So this is title get by title attribute and what are the value inside that attribute in the HTML. You copy that and you can verify. And the locator is a normal locator. For locator, you can use CSS selector and XPath. Now in this example, I just use CSS selector with a class and ID. ID has an email, so you need to add hash. When is a class, you need to add dot. So like this, it is performing. And the final one is get by text ID. If you check this button, click here. I'll show you. So this button has the test ID, data hyphen test ID. This test ID have the value direction. That I have put it here, direction. Whenever you click, it is changing the color. So like that, I have done this. Hope you understand this one. So whenever you have any doubt, you can go to this website, Locators. I'll just copy here so that you can go to this documentation and you can check everything. So in this topic, I have covered the 4 types of locators. In the next session, I am going to cover the rest of the things. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.